I use man in its more old-fashioned, archaic form, even. So, yeah.
I would just be going, how did that happen? I don't understand.
And I'm like, you haven't changed. You've just gotten older because we're using man in the more old-fashioned and archaic term.
But why do we all have white beards?
I went to the costume shop.
Went around and glued it to our faces.
I would do that.
That's too much. What is it?
Head dog.
I'm just gonna use the. Actually, I think. Did I save an image specifically for this stream in this folder? Might have done. Oh no, I saved one for the next Shadow of War stream. Yeah. It's a good image. I can't use it on this one, so where did I put the now dead products of my company?
Down the controller. I've got typing to do. A lot of typing.
Alright, can't find it. We're just gonna find a GIF. That one guy just running past us in the arena going, I need to raise my rank. You sure do, bruh. You sure do.
Yeah, bruh.
Yeah, do you even rank, bruh?
Okay, that sounds rude. Thankfully it was you and not Jonathan Ross who said it. Yeah, it took you a second, didn't it?
No, it's not that. It's the picture you reblogged.
Okay.
It was just coincidence that you said that, and I just flipped over to my Tumblr. It's just what the fuck.
It's good to know my jokes aren't funny.
Okay, apparently we have a new email, so let's go out and check that. .hack to you,
Hey.
where you can engage in such fantasy activities as reading your emails, browsing forums.
So high tech. Bravo.
Oh hey, Gastard has info about Triad for us.
What's Gaspar doing here?
Better check it out.
He's, you know, doing what he normally does, being a pig guy.
He's not a pig guy, he's a doggo guy.
Being a dog guy.
He's part man, part dog. He's a mog.
So Disney did a hostile takeover on this one game?
Sorry?
Hostile takeover by Disney? Because they want to get smart in this game for some reason?
Oh no, Gaston is the one from Disney.
Gaston, I hear gas and it's just that one guy. Get smart. Oh.
Two strikes and I'm out. 2 strikes, 1 more and I'm out, man.
Where on earth is this? Where is the rumours board on this message board? This is the worst.
Have you checked behind it?
Have you looked down the back of the sofa?
We're getting lucky.
It's not going to be medic union. Working people fall in. No, this guy is looking for guild members who are over 30 years old. Getting
Presumptuous.
lucky. This person just wants to find a lucky animal.
I thought he was really into Daft Punk.
This guy just has like technical issues.
Nope.
No, this is .hackgu. Pick through your email folder to try and find the post you're looking for.
You know, 7 hours is going to pass, and you're still looking for the rumor board.
7 hours later.
Guys, I think I found it. Found what? The rumor board. We're still looking for that? Yes. Where is it? Well, it's behind the board. I told you that 7 hours ago.
Maybe it's not the official board. A community forum, that must be it, right? Here we go, rumours. Rumours for good. Rumours. Rumours for good. Rumours.
To be fair, this is how using forums feels in real life.
Rumours. Hey, my lord. You just missed us searching for the rumours board, but we found it now. Rumours.
We've been joking about it for 6 hours. We haven't.
Forest of Pain. The Forest of Pain has been sealed off.
During my research for this novel, I'm finding that it's 306 miles from Penzance to London by car, but it's actually longer on bicycle, like distance-wise, and shorter on foot. Of course, what you make up for in sheer distance, you lose in time, because instead of being a 5-hour journey, or 5.5-hour journey, it becomes a 92-hour journey. That's like 4 days?
Ooh, we can post in this thread. You suck, lols.
But the world always has the rumours about Caucasian girl in it. Like, I keep telling you people, Europeans use the service too!
Project GU leader? What? Has Yada completely lost his mind?
Okay, so we need to go to the Hulegrans Cathedral. It's a lost ground, which means it's not randomly generated, and also nobody programmed it in, I think is the law.
Program what in?
Well, because this game involves going into an MMO,
Yes.
and there are areas called Lost Grounds, and Lost Grounds are all
It's a bit like
unique.
the digital world in Digimon.
Yeah, Lost Grounds are all unique, but it doesn't. Nobody knows who programmed them in, and it doesn't seem like anybody actually did.
Okay.
No, get off the bike, Haseo. Need to go to town.
Intentional motorcycling is hilarious.
No, I didn't mean to find my gigantic bike and sit on it for 5 seconds. Didn't mean to do it. That is funny.
Oh, this is nice. You could get married here.
Should hope so. It's a fucking cathedral, mate.
Right.
So haven't you been here before?
Yeah. This is where Haseo got attacked by Tri-Edge.
So, is it like a thing in Japan that bad things happen in churches? Like you go to a church in Japan and you're just like, you're gonna get stabbed.
Just because Christianity
sounds
comes
about
across as so intensely sinister to Japanese people.
It comes across as intensely sinister to anybody who's not familiar with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you heard that story from, I think it's Evelyn Waugh, said about, it wasn't Churchill, it was one of his kids, I think? That he read the Bible for the first time and he just kept stopping, slapping his thigh, and what the fuck is that? And going, God, God's a shit!
I don't know. I think it's sinister. I think it comes across as really sinister to people who know what it is, because of the whole. Oh, I like this silly boy.
Sorry, you seem to be mistaken about what kind of game you're in. This isn't like Beautiful Joe.
Plot twist.
It is Beautiful Joe.
Yes.
So tell me,
Doug is going to drop his controller. This is not what I bought. No.
I didn't sign up for this. What are the other two games? I think Animal Crossing is Final Fantasy VII. What the hell?
and that man possessed the greatest confidence in his graphical creations. He logged into his company's game to experience his creations in their native environment. But one day he
Oh my god, he's telling the story of Tetsuya Nomura.
very odds. His
What?
Are we going to get Tetsuya Nomura as a party member?
that he slaved over for many waking hours had been all etched up with these hideous triangular monstrosities. What blasphemy! What lunacy! Now, having
Okay, but why can't you just, like,
by the fires of revenge, this
delete that
hypothetical man used the
podium and
horrors
put in a
to
new
lay
one?
impeccable trap.
I think the mark would still be there, just like floating in the air.
Story really hypothetical?
Like, if you try
Oh.
deleting it.
Of course it is. I
I'm
said
sure
it
he
was,
did try that.
didn't I?
Oh, it's like that blood mark on that one specific floor in that one specific castle in here in Denmark that they can't get rid of.
Try to dissuade me.
Yeah, but that's different, that's ghosts.
Stop until I can find a
Yeah.
way to
There's might be
is.
ghosts. You don't know.
It's a digital world, I don't think they have ghosts.
Ghosts
They
in
do.
the machine.
They've moved all the floorboards in that one room several times and it still shows up. Or at least
That's
what
ghosts.
they- Yes.
Well, they're making it up.
Both.
Oh, hang on. The QILs tweeted something a couple of days ago, and I want to run it past you to like make sure it's true. Give me a sec.
You. Huh?
Yeah, QI. It's that TV program which was hosted by Stephen Fry and is now hosted by Sally
Oh,
Topsmith.
I'm sorry, I misheard you.
Oh, hey,
Alright,
Samuel
new
Taylor
party member.
Coleridge invented this. Nice. Samuel Taylor Coleridge invented the sport of rock climbing.
So, you also wish to
Eh?
enter my guild, huh?
Yeah, it's the guy who wrote the Rime of the Ancient Mariner.
Find me, since the condition is you must be able to draw. After all, GU stands for Graphics Unbelievable. So, do you know anyone named Yada? No? Who's that?
Okay, who is the green guy with orange hair in the template post you made?
I'm off to
I think he's a character from the first game called Orca? Orca. Yeah, Orca.
I wasn't sure if he was Orca or he was saying that. So.
Right, here it is. Apparently, according to the QILs, the Danish word for mullet is Bundesliga.
Can you show me that?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the chat because my Danish pronunciation is shit. It's got an A with a little circle over it. I'm not sure what to do with that.
I'll gladly take a look at that. Uh, oh. Okay. Right. Yep. Bundesliga. Bundesliga.
What's with that extra bit on the end? It's like silent letters look like logical. Although then again, Mannering is spelt main wearing. I can't really. Yeah, you're alright,
Bundes-
Danish.
It's because it's 3 words smashed into one here.
How the fuck do you look like actually vaguely attractive in cutscenes when you look just vaguely adorable the rest of the time? Guess what are you? Sorry, but yeah, is that genuinely the word for mullet, or was QI making shit up again?
I actually had to put that word into Google because I could not recognize it the first few seconds I saw it. Because it's been ages since I saw it, but it's been tied into football for some reason.
Yeah, QI claims that it means the hair of a German football player.
Yeah.
It does look like that's exactly what it means if Bundes means, so I think it does.
I don't know if Bundesliga, if that is actually just it says an entirely negative word meaning the lowest of all ligas. So I'm not sure. But it's been tied into football, and I think it has
yeah, it's a professional football association in Germany.
Yes.
Yeah, Bundesliga. Because German also likes to smash words together. In fact, German likes to smash words together so much, that's what we all know it for. English is just like, oh, we need a word for this. Ah! Urdu! Give me that word! And German's just like, well, we need a word for this. Can somebody get me 4 other words?
I think it's a very... I think it's so long since I've heard it used.
It sounds about right, to be honest. I imagine this word was coined in the 80s. When all German football players seem to have that haircut.
But funny thing, because now I went into pictures, it's you said it's a slang word for Swedes or something like that. One thing we do have is svenska hår, which is also.
I don't know, wait, it says it's the word for mullet, the hairstyle.
I think we like to use these kind of things interchangeably. I'm not sure.
Depends on how recently Germany beat you in a football match, I guess.
This is something we do use, svenska hår, but it's mullets also show up on that.
Okay, let's see what's that word quest shop. Well, let's gonna check, because Gaspard asked me something that I was not paying attention.
Kummerspeck is German for weight gain due to emotional overeating. The literal translation is grief bacon. You may carry on.
Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, I guess we're going to this area Atali suggested for us.
So every single time you say her name, it sounds like you're just saying Natalie.
Yeah, I know, it's like that.
5 minutes.
No, wait, no. I didn't want to invite you, Gaspard. Leave immediately. Thank you.
Did I hear that right? I didn't mean to drag you.
Okay, I see it. Right, okay, I get it now. I misunderstood what you were saying. I thought you misunderstood what I was saying. Yeah, I think we have like a, I don't know why Sir Isaac Newton showed up in this search. That's not a mullet. But yeah, I think we have a a stereotype of Swedish people having that hair too.
Yeah. I mean, I know a guy who has somewhat thin and spiky hair, and I've known him for I think about 10 years, if not maybe 6, and a lot of people have always called him the Tweed, despite him being Danish. Um, but I really, I think Bundesliga how often it fell out because I haven't heard it in several years.
I think like German football players have started getting better haircuts, so. Whereas Swedes, no. They haven't.
That's possible.
Speaking of, Rita didn't believe me when I told her about Alex Salmon's new shenanigans.
What? What did you...
It sounds like it literally sounds like somebody's like taken Sonic Unleashed, only they've like model swapped Alex Salmon in.
What was? I think you need to bring me up to speed on that because I don't know.
Do you know who Alex Salmon is?
Alex Salmon. Alex. I think I've read the words Alex today, but I'm just not sure.
Alex Salmond is the former First Minister of Scotland. He presided over the Scottish independence referendum and then he resigned shortly thereafter to be replaced by Nicola Sturgeon, who remains in the role to this date. Now it has recently been revealed that he is producing a political talk show based on his stand-up comedy show, which I was not aware he had, which will be airing on a Russian propaganda channel. And the show's name is Alex Salmond Unleashed.
That's why I say it sounds like a Sonic game.
Oh! It's
Part of the reason I did believe you.
it's that post.
Yeah,
I
when I
can't tell
told
if this is more or less pathetic than like the 17 jobs George Osborne has.
he does have so many jobs. He is single-handedly responsible for all unemployment because he's taking up all of the jobs. George Osborne
really
coming
is the
over here,
Chancellor.
stealing our jobs.
He was still an MP when he became the editor of the Evening Standard, and everybody was really annoyed because his seat is like nowhere near London.
Yeah.
He looks like a less creepy version of that one guy everybody says is the Zodiac, and I mean the politician from the guy from USA.
Oh,
Yeah,
Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz.
Yes.
Although this is just reminding me of my favourite and weirdest reference in a video game. Okay, so Trails of Cold Steel, which was developed just after the general election when George Osborne became the Chancellor, in an entirely different country. It's a Japanese game. You would not expect them to have heard of George Osborne. In it, the Chancellor of Eredonia is Gilead Osborne, who looks exactly like George Osborne with long hair, and bear in mind George Osborne's real name is Gideon.
Well, that has to be on purpose.
You're
it's too close
referencing
to
George
being-
Osborne, and that's a really weird reference to make, even for this game, which has character based off Dick Van Dyke.
Did you say that the country's name was Evabonia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought the fever had gotten to me there, but that was the right word. Evabonia. Isn't it one or two words?
One.
Google gives me nothing. I guess what the wrong.
I'll put it in the chat for you, love.
Thank you.
That is right, isn't it? It's R-E...
Yeah, that's
E.
right.
Yeah. If you're putting in Aerobonia, you might end up with something else. And that's probably
No,
what
no,
the
I think I put in this. Let's see. Yeah. Yay, food.
I feel bad for Gaspard. He's falling really behind his mate.
So I guess being a creepy dog guy and a healer, despite the fact that you have a not creepy dog guy healer.
Oh shit.
I'm not sure he. I mean, I think he's mainly focused on offensive spells.
I thought he wasn't in your team because he was shit.
He's not in our team because he has stage fright. But we only decided to go for a healer after we realised that he wouldn't be in our team.
Okay. Ow.
Can I just talk about episode 15 of Danganronpa? Another?
You can.
Because I sat for I think an hour last night, and I was just ugh.
Oh, is that the one where the little girl sexually assaults the other girl who was a teenager?
Yes.
It's so uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah.
I have never been so uncomfortable. It was just stop, and I wrote it in Discord. Like, did you put a warning on this episode? Yes, I did. and I've been thinking ever since. Maybe if he added an air horn, I would have noticed it because I was likely just drawing things at the time.
Yeah, this is why whenever I put warnings at the beginning of my videos, which I do whenever there's like a significant amount of flashing, I also say it out loud.
Yes.
Makes sense. Makes sense. All right, let's head. Is everything okay over there?
Yes, for me.
Yes, I'm just making food.
Oh,
Might
okay.
be something.
Fair enough.
Which consists of potatoes. Not potatoes. Fries? Yes, fries.
Well, to be fair, they're made of potatoes.
Yes.
Okay, let's do this survival battle to bring ourselves up in the arena rankings. We need to be in the top 16 if we want to fight Entrance. Still think Entrance would be better if he just had like a huge Labrador on his shoulder. It's like, she does so hate boring battles. As it snorts.
Well, she's just like, yeah.
I'll do a husky.
It's a Labrador doing a Huskalor impression. She was raised by Huskies, so she throws fits like Huskies.
Husklords are the most distracting things if you're fighting more than that one boss, than one captain. At one point I was fighting 3, including my Husklord, and the thing is, he's actually pretty hard to get down because he just sidesteps you like a complete lunatic, which he is, to be fair, because I drove him mad.
Yeah, kind of a problem of your own making there.
Yeah. But he I was up against him, and he sidesteps like he was a master in it. I was up against another one who I can attack from the front, and I have one who's a bulk breaker. It's like, this isn't fair. No, wait, this is actually roasted potatoes. Let's go into boats. Question for the curious. Morale in this game?
It's that thing we use to enter Beast Awakening mode.
Okay, the way I've got this map up on Google, it just has like, it's got a blue circle because that's where I am, and it's not saying Birmingham because this is where the maps decided to say England, which just makes it sound like that's the name of the place I live, like my city. I mean, I do live in England.
This team is surprisingly tough. I need to do some writing while doing this stream. After the survival battle, I'll write a little bit.
I'm impressed with how authentic the names are.
Yeah, they really seem. They are the kind of names you would get in MMO.
Yeah.
Ah, wasn't paying attention. Tato. I love it.
They're just missing the XXX Shadow Wings XXX. Oh wait, XXX underscore Shadow Wings underscore.
No. Big X, little x, underscore Shadow Wings, underscore
Right.
little x, big X. Oh, maybe throw some tildes in there. I knew somebody who had a tilde in their screen name on the site once. Although that might have been... No, you could use hyphens. I had hyphens in mine.
A tilde? Is that
It's the little wavy one.
the wavy one?
I'll put it in the chat.
I know, I have seen it. Okay, that one.
I love the tilde because despite the fact I'm pretty sure Doug's explained it to me, I still don't actually know what it's for. And two, I love what people use it for.
I think I've seen it used for when somebody is winning an argument. And they want to sound really cheerful while doing it, they add that one.
I always read it as if somebody puts a tilde at the end of what they're saying it in a sing-song way.
Yes.
Because that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Damn it, Mago 6.
It's still going series-wise, isn't it?
What? Dot hack?
Yeah. I know it has a lot of spin-offs or continuations.
This was... Well, I mean, this is obviously, it's a remaster of an old game, but this trilogy of games was kind of the last stuff they did in the franchise. I presume if they're remastering it, they want to revive it. So it's been pretty quiet on the .hack front for about 10 years now.
Really? I remember at one point. It was kind of everywhere. But
Yeah.
I never heard anybody actually talk about it.
It used to be very popular. I mean, it still is fondly remembered. But I mean, this was .hack sign and the .hack games were where Yuki Kajiura cut her teeth as a composer, and she's gone on to be one of the most popular composers in the industry. Let's go buy some better equipment.
I have to say, I think it looks really, really good.
It does. For its age, it looks excellent.
I've made my feelings on this clear before.
You're not enraged for it at all, child.
Too late.
I want to see if I can find a comparison between them.
Her mercy is not limitless. Only her stomach. Okay, syllabus will get you. Can't equip.
From what I can see of this one picture, they've made the details on their faces clearer. But it looks as good. It looks good. Damn.
Why can you not equip this syllabus? Why must you fight me on everything?
Because he was set by an out-of-touch Tory government. Okay, I'm out. 3 strikes, I'm out.
Can we customize your rough mail to...
I hope the government collapses soon.
I love that. I hope the government collapses soon. I can't wait for us to be plunged into a horrific dystopia of anarchy.
Oh, if it stops Brexit.
Are the Republicans surprised that they haven't gotten anywhere? From what I've heard,
I wouldn't say they're surprised by it.
Yeah.
Vexed,
I
perhaps.
feel sorry for all those people who voted Leave and were under the completely false impression that the people who were pushing for us to leave had any idea what the hell was going to happen if we tried to.
Yeah, I also feel sorry for them. Like, people who got taken in by the promises of the wonder that Leave could be, and it was just a crock of shit.
And now they're
wasn't-
constantly being used as a shield for big bags
Yeah.
to complain about people who, don't want to have the entire country tanked because of a bunch of racists. Now, the EU is not perfect. Not even the most staunch Remainer believes that.
Is that the main reason people voted out? Because they don't want immigrants? Or they don't want to have that many?
I think a significant percentage of the people who voted to leave did so because of jingoism and xenophobia. A significant percentage were also just lied to be honest. Like, the Leave campaign peddled a bunch of shit about how we don't have control over our own laws, even though we do, and how it will spare up money for the NHS, even though it wouldn't, and things like that. And
I mean, to be fair, there are legitimate concerns to be had over immigration, but not the way that the Brexiteers campaigned over it.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the concerns, particularly for Britain, is that we have a healthcare system that's free at the point of delivery, and it's under a lot of strain at the best of times. So it's understandable that people are concerned about healthcare tourism.
Mm. I see.
So we just set the items on top of
But yeah, for a lot of them, they were just lied to.
Yeah, a lot of the things they were told are just straight up lies, or
Yeah.
so vague in its actual stating that it's very easy to get the wrong impression. Like
Yeah.
that whole, was it £350 million a week for the NHS thing?
Yeah. Like,
See,
they
at
didn't
no point
actually...
they didn't actually expressly promise anything. They just said this money could be spent on the NHS.
Yeah.
Oh,
But of
dear.
course, what people naturally hear is, well, it will be spent on the NHS. It's unfortunately not true.
It's kind of funny to me that I saw a Scottish independence person on Twitter say, imagine how much more money could be spent on the NHS if we weren't putting it into nuclear weapons. And I'm just sitting here going, you fucking twat. You've just pulled a fucking Brexit Leave campaign stunt there.
I think a few hours after the whole Brexit was a thing, our news said that England, people in England were just really mass searching what the EU actually was.
Yeah.
And
Because that's part of the problem is that people, for the longest time, are actually genuinely quite unclear on what the EU actually does. Because,
Yeah.
to be honest, there's not a lot of impact in your day-to-day life.
Yeah, and
Not that
the
you
Brexit...
notice.
Yeah, and the Brexiteers kind of capitalised on that to go, ooh, you don't notice a lot of impact on your day-to-day life, that's because the EU controls your day-to-day life. We are poor, innocent babies who can't make laws, not with the EU making our laws for us. All of your suffering is their fault, and, like...
See,
if
it's
you
complete
don't know
bullshit, because if there's one thing the EU said we can't do anymore is to stop, because in Britain, if you're in prison, you can't vote. And, like, me and Doug have differing views on this, although we both think that if you're in, like, a short-term, non-violent sentence, then just let them vote. But the thing is, the EU said you can't do that no more, and do we care? No, we do it anyway.
Yeah, when you don't notice what the actual influence of something is, we're going to get shot with guns. Got shot with guns. When you don't notice what the actual influence of something is, it's easy for an agent acting in bad faith, which is what the pro-Leave party were, to then just turn around and substitute whatever bullshit they like.
Also, people have been spreading lies about the EU for decades.
Yeah, the Tories especially, because, well, EU law tends to conflict with Tory policy. Like, for example, the Tories got in trouble not that long ago, because this was the programme I frequently talk about that I was a part of, for breaking slavery laws.
I know that it's not a joke. This is they genuinely forced people into work against their will.
Yeah,
And for
unpaid
what?
full-time work.
Yeah, I mean, people are like, oh, but you got your JSA. That's not a living wage. That's not even minimum wage.
I've heard that at one point England was actually under investigations for what was it? He said there was legitimately just trying to kill off their people by forcing them to work and making them commit suicide?
Oh, the Atos thing.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Atos.
Yeah, that is us. That is the Tory government.
And New Labour
No.
to a lesser extent.
Yeah.
You know, I've never been so happy just to be a tiny little insignificant thing, because nothing ever happens here. Well, except the U-boat case, but that doesn't really count. That's just one idiot.
Yeah. That's not a political thing until you elect him Prime Minister, which Velvetor informs me that you will. She has seen it with her sightless eyes that perceive all things, past, present, and future. So, not much to be done about that, sorry. Swords.
See, when I say about the EU, the people talking about lies about the EU, I'm not even talking about sense like the serious stuff, like regulations. Oh, our bananas are too bendy. Like people believe the weirdest shit about EU regulations.
We actually, at one point, at least here in Denmark, we had a law, or yeah, I think it was a law about cucumbers. They weren't allowed to be. If they were too bendy, or too half circularly, whatever you call it, they couldn't be sold. I think we've gone back on that now because there were just too many that would just not be used or sent off to other places. But we had an actual law like that. I know that doesn't help, but we had that once.
No, the EU is not in the business of regulating things like that. In fact, one of the things I saw, I think it was in the run-up to the election, like the referendum, was this program said that the EU had like a shit ton of like 53 or something ridiculous like that regulations about pillows, and one of the things they said was a regulation about pillows was actually like a regulation about the marketing of pillow-shaped cereal.
What?
Or something. So, like a pillow-shaped small food stuff, like what the size could be or something, presumably for the sake of choking.
It's so silly.
And for some
Not
reason
bad
I'm just
so far.
going, yeah. Oh, you go first.
No, go on.
I was like, oh, we say all these things about the EU, but then we look at America and go, what do you mean you can't have Kinder eggs?
Don't get me started on that. Please don't do that.
Like, none of us can figure out exactly what the problem with them is.
But the child will eat this chocolate egg in one mouthful, and then they will choke on the candy.
That's pig!
Wait, and they'll choke on the toy. We can't have that.
You don't buy Kinder eggs for fucking the chocolate. You do it for the toy.
I don't know. It's been ages since I ever ate
Kinder eggs are crap. You heard it here first, people. Kinder Surprise are awful.
So just kill all the
I
monsters
don't know.
in the field, huh?
I remember liking them.
My kind of mission.
But that's just me. But it's like, we're outlawing Kinder eggs. Then you see someone raise their hand in the background and just going, can I legally buy a fully automatic weapon that they use in wars? Yeah, sure, you do that. Can I also take it with me when I go to shop in Target? Yeah, sure.
Still not sure what Target is.
It's
think it's like
really
a-
big store.
Yeah, like
Big store.
a low-scale
See-
department store.
When I was younger, I thought it was like a supermarket, but then I learned that only some of them sell food. And now I'm like, is it like Wilco? Is it Wilco's? Which sometimes has food in it.
I
Yeah,
think it's like
probably.
a store. I think it's kind of like a store we have called A to Z, which is literally the name. It's just A and then a dash and a Z.
I love that you say ZZ.
That's it.
ZZ.
How do I pronounce it?
This is a
Z.
pretty small
Z.
field.
Yeah.
We should be
Zed.
able to catch a pretty
The
good
point, please.
Just. Sorry, bit off my tongue. Can I tell you about a dream I had a couple of weeks ago?
You haven't finished
Sure,
telling
but
us
can you
about A
finish
to
your story
Z.
about A to Z? We want to know, man.
I had a dream that I was witnessing a small scuffle over in a Target in the USA, and you've seen the pictures where you see people just have these massive shotguns or whatever they're called on their backs, and a small scuffle over some kind of candy had broken out between 3 or 4 women, and one of these women slaps another, and the one who gets slapped pulls her gun and shoots. She hits 2 of these women because it's so close range, and they fall over dead. And then there's silence for 2 seconds, and then she just starts firing and doesn't stop. The dream ends with the police showing up in mass force for some reason. This woman is hiding behind something, and my dream ends with her just peeking up over something and saying, "I have a permit for this."
Are you sure you didn't just astrally project to America?
When I woke up, I actually went, did I dream that or did that actually happen? Because I can see that happening. Because they are just, no. I need a shotgun.
It's interesting to me. No, sorry, I interrupted you there. It's interesting to me when Americans go, "Whoa, small government," because, like, you literally swear allegiance to a flag and you fetishize authority to, America is the only country I can think of where silently and politely obey the police at all times or they might kill you is advice you are genuinely given. Like, oh shit. Quick time event. I remember someone was talking about police violence and somebody else was like, well, you just have to treat them properly and it will be fine. And then they listed this long list of rules, like always be polite to them, don't raise your voice, keep your hands where they can see them, move slowly. And when I went to him, I was like, so you're saying those things because you know if you don't do that they'll kill you, right? It's just like, no, it's just good courtesy. Okay. Like, no, it's not. You wouldn't do that with any other person.
Yeah, like, if you're dealing with the police, you need to be polite, obviously, because they're people too. But you also, like, if they're wrong, you need to be authoritative.
Yeah. Also, I mean, America is so regulated on things like food and fireworks and basically everything that isn't
Yeah,
a gun.
American cheese has to be made out of pasteurized milk.
Yeah. Like, instead of benefits, they have food stamps so that they can regulate what you buy if you're unemployed. Like, America has an insanely large government, way bigger than any of the so-called large government countries they claim to despise. It's just that, you get to carry a gun, I guess.
Don't you think it's...
I heard that
weird?
Trump wants Britain to buy chlorine-washed chicken.
Oh, yes, I heard that. We were actually considering it at some point too, and then various people were like, no, we don't buy that for good health reasons.
Brexit. And be fine.
Yeah,
Do you think it's weird? Do you think it's weird that you say America is so regulated, but on everything else it just comes off as completely and utterly lawless?
But it's not, is it? Because this is the thing.
No.
Like, this is my favourite example when they go on about the land of the free or whatever. I'm like, to cross the road improperly is a crime.
Mm.
Even if you're not putting people's lives at risk.
Yeah.
Like, if I ran into the middle of the motorway and somehow didn't die, if I got arrested for public endangerment, that would be fine. But no, jaywalking is a crime. If you don't cross at a crossing, if you're too close to a crossing, they will take you to court.
I remember we had one police officer sent over to the United States. And he had his, I don't want to call it a tech dog, police dog with him. And he did it to show them how we train our dogs, or our police train their dogs. And the American police were flabbergasted over the fact that he could call his dog off.
I thought you were supposed to be able to do that.
You are.
Well, we are, but I guess American police are just animals, and they just do nothing.
Yeah, I think American police. Well, because this is like the same problem with the American military too. Like, police and military in America are, compared to, say, Britain, woefully undertrained. Like, I remember doing research on this for writing Wolfie, and the amount of training that a basic enlisted infantryman in Britain has is roughly equivalent to the amount of training that a Marine gets in the US in terms of length.
They aren't trained very well in when it comes to negotiations.
No.
Or they're not trained to talk people down. They're not taught to do it well. They have, what was the number? I think they spend 2 hours on this kind of training, and then they spend 10 hours, if not 15 hours, on shooting things.
Yeah.
And it's just like that.
And like, a lot of the training that soldiers in the British Army get is, well, ethics training.
Yeah,
And
ethics
I don't think they get that in America
They don't.
at
They
all.
don't do. Nope.
And their soldiers are trained for a frightfully short time, and then
Yeah.
inevitably end up committing war crimes,
Yeah.
since Americans are doing that constantly. Oh, what a cute horsey.
You know, I reread. I think you posted it before. You're talking about that Stanford experiment recreation.
Yeah.
Can you give me the too long to read version of that? Because I've tried reading that and my
British men of varying ethnic groups don't act in the same bullshit crazy way as American men of a single ethnic group.
I thought that was it. Impressive.
Yeah. Basically, broken down, it's... Let me just find it so I can read and play. So, like, in the Stanford prison experiment, like, in a matter of hours, the guards had become violent and abusive, and the prisoners, A, became very submissive, and B, had no kind of internal cohesion, and were, like, willingly selling the others out for things which were functionally meaningless. Like, they were doing things like selling other prisoners out for an early release, even though there was nothing stopping them from just leaving the experiment. And the conclusion generally drawn from this is that, if you put people in a situation where people have power over them, they'll, like, both the powerful and the powerless will internalize that very quickly. And outside observers came in to the Stanford experiment, and almost all of them saw nothing unusual about what was going on, even though it was a horrific nightmare. It was only when the professor's girlfriend, who was a student, good going, dude, came in.
I was about to say.
yeah, came in, and that she was the first person to remark that it was, a horrific travesty. But previous to this, all of the outside observers, many of whom were there to check on the ethics of the experiment, had just taken it as read that this is how power functions, and this is fine.
So one of the major problems with the experiment is that the guy running it was the governor of the prison.
Yeah, so
He was
you had
not impartial.
Yeah, and you had an external authority also acting as an internal authority. So the BBC decided to reproduce this experiment, and they made two changes. Firstly, there was no experimenter acting as the governor. All of the experimenters were watching over CCTV. They were not involved in any way, apart from at one point where they sent in a skilled negotiator as a new prisoner because they wanted to see what would happen. What they found was... I need to log out and check my email. The guards were... The guards were unwilling to give up the privilege they had. Like, they weren't willing to, for example, give up the extra food they had, or the debt for accommodation. But they also weren't willing to exercise any of the power they had. And they couldn't unite on anything, basically. The prisoners, however... they were offered the opportunity to sell out other prisoners to become guards and get the privilege that offered. And several of them openly expressed that they were going to do that. But it didn't stop the prisoners from presenting a united front, because even those prisoners who were deliberately gunning to become guards, they still acted in the best interests of the other prisoners and their stated goal. So the prisoners who were united ended up psychologically tormenting the guards who couldn't unite on anything and weren't willing to exercise their power. And that made the stuff with the guards worse, and then the whole system collapsed and they became a commune. And then fascism happened because a bunch of former prisoners decided that they would become the new guards and institute a violent system. And the experiment had to be shut down because they would have been violent and injured people. But, it's miles apart from the Stanford experiment, and if it had been allowed to continue with the new guards, it may have gone that way eventually, but what seems more likely is the new guards would have instituted a violent regime. The other prisoners would have united. Once again, the guards' will would have been eroded. Prisoners would have ended up psychologically tormenting them again, and the system would have collapsed again. And then, eventually, another powerful group would emerge.
Oh, my issue with your idea that in America they're really subservient to authority and we're not is that we kind of are, but I think, if anything, we have been benefited by our rigid class system in that, oh yeah, we're very deferent to authority, as long as we think you should have it. We don't think most people are any good at it, or deserve it.
Thing is, we're deferent to authority to a normal extent, I think.
Yeah, but you would say that. You're British.
Yeah, but I think it would be more or less true no matter where you go, at least among METCs. Americans are deferent to authority to the extreme. This is the country that says you shouldn't ever criticise the police or the founding fathers or the military, and also you should swear allegiance each day to the flag. American culture is built around the idea of submission to authority, basically. You know.
Yeah, Like, it really bothers me when they talk about how, oh, Britain, you're subservient to the king, and I'm like, you do realise we, like, replaced them twice?
Yeah.
No, 3 times. Yeah, 3 times.
Also, I mean, this is a thing about Britain. We have the concept of the crown. The crown being an entity that exists independent of the monarch.
Yeah.
And the crown is not any one person or organisation. It's probably best described as the manifest idea of a nation, or of the people within it.
I'd say the crown is... If anything, I find it most helpful to think of the crown as literally the crown. It is the thing that grants authority to the king or queen.
Yeah, the crown...
She's got it. She's the queen.
The crown derives its power from somewhere, as any group derives its power from somewhere, and it's not really from the will of the governed, like MPs are, because, I mean, monarchs aren't elected, and the crown definitely is. It's more from the idea that it is the collective embodiment of the people. It's a function
that... Did you guys
that...
just fight by yourself?
Yes.
What?
Were you
I didn't mean
supposed to do that?
No. Fine, it's fine. I'll beat these guys up, and then I will exit this battle. I think we can do that at any time.
The thing about constitutional monarchy is that it's got so many different arms of government, and so many different ways that it interacts with the governed. That's why I get a bit weirded out when Americans talk about their president, because no one person in Britain has that level of authority. Not the Prime Minister, not the Queen.
Yeah.
But despite that, the President of the United States of America has less actionable power than the Prime Minister does, despite the fact that the Prime Minister has nowhere near that level of authority.
How do I quit? No! How?
You know, I wonder if the children in Danganronpa have been allowed to create their own paradise. Would your government structure just have become America?
No.
No. I mean, which Danganronpa are we talking about here?
I'm presuming Danganronpa another.
Yeah, the children. The actual children.
No, the government would become a monarchocracy. What Monica
sure
says
it would be
goes.
A Monica key. You wanted to say Monica key, didn't you? It would be a dictatorship.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be a dictatorship under Monica.
So, an honest America.
Sorry?
An honest America, then?
No.
No.
Because, remember I said that no person in Britain, like the British Prime Minister has more power than the American President does, but the American President has more authority. Monica would have both.
Yeah. Also, it would collapse after like a day because Monica would eventually grow bored and just kill them all.
Yeah, and Monica doesn't really care.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything, the best case scenario for this paradise is Monica just fucking off and Nagisa getting in charge.
Nagisa sounds like a good person.
I'm wondering, like, if it would turn into the Children of the Corn, or if Nagisa would eventually, with age, see that it's not all adults.
I'm not totally sure that would even work, because he says that they are afraid of all adults.
Yeah,
don't.
but no, I don't mean like all adults as in all then and their adults. I mean all adults as in the action or the property of being an adult doesn't automatically make you evil.
Mm.
I honestly feel like if these kids had run into somebody who actually, when, like, had, like, for example, my reaction to finding Jotaro after what happened to, what was his name? The red-headed one. What was his name?
Oh, Masaru.
Masaru. Why do I want to say his name's Dai something? He looks like a Dai.
Because his surname is Daimon.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah, okay. Masaru. After what happened to Masaru, my first reaction seeing Jotaro by that tower would just be to drag him into a hug going, oh my god, thank god you're alright. And frankly, I think that would have endeared him to adults if there was one who was just like, oh my god, no, don't die on me. The other children, they did something to Masaru and I don't know where he is. All I did was break his robot. Like every single time a boss fight showed up, I was so scared. Because I knew something bad was going to happen to them. I genuinely thought that they were dead. A little bit disappointed actually, but at least Nagisa didn't die.
Ooh.
I think none
Don't
of
get me wrong, I
them
love Nagisa.
die because they have cameos in the anime.
Yeah, that's why I'm disappointed. Like, I could buy Jotaro, who is my favourite, and Masaru, who's my second favourite, making it out alive. Because what happens to them is ambiguous. And the girl makes it, but, no, Nagisa got crushed by a robot.
Oh boy.
I'm hoping nobody tries to spoil me for Danganronpa V3 because I will stab whoever does.
I don't know
I should-
anything about.
I would have made posts on Tumblr about it, but I'm genuinely worried about getting spoiled.
Yeah, same. I mean, it wasn't a problem with Danganronpa 1 and Danganronpa 2. I don't think I ever really encountered spoilers for those. Danganronpa V3 is new, so I'm constantly worried I might run into someone on Tumblr who is like, hi, I've decided to make this fan comic about the entire plot. I've named it Plot Twists. Also, if you scroll past it, it will appear as a pop-up. No, I'd have to be like, why? We could have had it all rolling in the deep. They will be like, I wish only to spoil people.
You see, usually I don't mind spoilers that much, like, especially when it comes to things like films. Fuck, I don't care about films. It's fine. Danganronpa, I mean, I've been accidentally spoiled for Danganronpa 1. Like, I knew about, Mukuro, was that her name?
Corpsey Muck Swordface, yeah.
Yeah, her. I knew about her. I didn't know who she was, but I knew she existed.
Yeah. I don't usually care about spoilers. It's only when I'm Let's Playing Danganronpa games that I'm really bothered by them, because so much of Danganronpa's effectiveness comes from trying to figure out the cases, coming to a slow realization of what actually happened. Or in the case of Danganronpa 1, the very quick realization because the mysteries weren't that good in that one.
Where are you on
I agree.
fire?
One of my favourite things about Danganronpa is figuring out who, like, trying to figure out who's gonna die next.
Yeah.
And trying to figure out what the overarching plot is. Like, I'm pretty confident they're in some kind of simulation in this one, but I don't know why.
I'm just waiting for a day where they give up and just have Monokuma have magic powers.
We thought they'd done that last time, but no, it was
Yeah.
simulation. But
They
last
were-
time, they hit it fairly well.
Yeah, they hid the simulation fairly well last time by making it seem like Monokuma had magical powers and had become an eldritch god.
It was so out of nowhere that it kind of worked. Like, I feel like after Danganronpa 1, with everything that Junko did, we were so... There's certain level, something about Monokuma that makes you think he's capable of anything.
Yeah. Monokuma is interesting as a villain because he is so genuinely sinister. Like, he is a very comedic villain and he's also quite terrifying.
But the thing is, this time, like, I've seen Kaede in, like, a head thing, so I think they're actively just going, this is a simulation, at us. Because,
Oh, yeah,
well,
'cause
you
that's
can't
in the-
pull that same trick twice.
Yeah, because that's in the opening theme, isn't it? The moment where Kaede has the headset on.
And it's also in the prologue.
Yeah. So,
Wouldn't that be
Yeah,
silly to do it again?
I mean, Danganronpa likes to have its plot twists. I mean, at least for the overarching plots, fairly well concealed. So often, if it's doing something again that it's done in the previous game, it will just come right out and say it to deflect attention from its actual twist.
And then there's the Sailor Moon type transformation, the Magical Girl transformation. It's not hiding the fact that this is probably a simulation.
No, it's not.
Because I think one of the other things about Danganronpa 2, in that it kind of didn't, like, it wasn't obvious, is because A, Monokuma has that trait of seeming like he's capable of anything, but also they were on an island.
Yeah.
It makes sense that nobody would be there. But this time they're in a massive bird cage. It's just not practical. See, the sorry, I got totally distracted by thinking about Shin Megami Tensei.
Ooh.
It's so. It's gotta be a simulation, right?
I don't know.
I guess we'll find out.
It's very-
Probably much later.
Very good world.
I still want to see a Danganronpa game where they all wake up in like a medieval fantasy style village and it's populated entirely by different coloured Monokumas fulfilling various fantasy RPG tropes, and one of them joins you in each of the trials. It's
Oh,
like
no.
a healer Monokuma,
Oh no.
a baker Monokuma, Monobake.
Ooh, how about a Mono Cooper? And people, and one of the characters is like, "What the fuck is a Cooper?" And the Mono Cooper will be like, "We make barrels." That's what we do. That's what a Cooper does. We make barrels.
Mugurukuma. And someone being like, "Where's your name from?" And Mugurukuma is just like, "I can't tell you for copyright reasons." That's reminding me of like the best joke in the Danganronpa anime. That they go the entire. You told me I had a new email. Okay, apparently I do have a new email.
Is the game lying to you now?
Oh my god, look at this.
Huh?
Wait, do you have an e-card?
Oh.
Oh my god! Oh my god! He's so cute! So cute! He's so cute! He's so cute! I need one! I need one! He's so cute! He's
There's
so
another one
cute.
here.
Oh my god! He's so cute! He's so cute! He's so cute!
Breezy, breathe.
He's so cute! Look at his little face!
And BC died that day.
I'm getting worried now.
So cute!
She died as she lived. Talking about how Death Grunty is cute.
They find her body and they can still hear.
It's so cute! It's so cute! I die with my fingers against my cheek because for some reason I'm tapping my fingers against my cheek, just going, he's so cute! I don't know why I'm doing that. He's so cute! I'm sorry. He just is so cute.
It's okay. It's okay.
Calm, Blue Ocean.
So the police are going to be really, really freaked
I
out.
would
Like,
never get anything done in this MMO if Death Grunty was in my guild. He'd just be constantly trying to get people to do quests, and I'm just standing like cuddling him, going, "He's so cute."
Okay. Let's do another survival battle because we still need to climb the ranks. Ooh, hey, cutscene. Who are you?
You know, you've got a lot of spirit.
are they aesthetically hot?
Not really.
Oh, gee, thanks. Are you a fan?
It looks
what
like
am I looking at?
Ganondorf got really into Naruto.
Okay, I can see a pair of legs, feet, torso, arms,
Arena battles, do you?
and a very small head. I think.
Using your
What the
And then he's got a normal sized head.
Oh, okay.
He might even have a nice face under that fucking mask.
Who the hell are you? Are you trying to pick a fight or something? Listen, you've been able to win up until now with sheer momentum, but high-ranked fights won't be so kind. If you want to keep winning,
I could no longer resist the crunch, I'm afraid.
been there.
No, it's fine. Oh, it's fine. I don't care that much.
Oh ho!
The crunch is pretty quiet right now.
Think you're doing well.
No, it's fine.
Come and show
Yeah, I can hear
It just
it,
makes
but
me want to move my mouth right up to the microphone and crunch louder.
don't.
area word. Delta
Next thing you can hear is splashing. That's just me crossing the sea. Just say, stop it.
complete that mission, then I'll recognize your ability.
Excuse me.
Why would I care about that? Hey, it's up to you to do it or not.
I don't
Okay,
really
I-
care about you recognizing my ability, mate.
Your tail between your
I say, oh, you are my spirit animal.
I
Lies,
must
it's
say
Death Grunty.
I must
You
do
really-
this work again because he obviously didn't learn the first time.
Now you've done it, kid. Never hear of the saying, a man never goes back on his word?
He really is the Bakugo of MMOs. Only skinnier. Bakugo is quite brawny.
I like Bakuya. He's pretty.
No, but not Bakuya, Bakugo from My Hero Academia.
The blonde explodey guy who screams.
Mm,
He
He
loves
has
to
no kill.
scream.
yes, yes. I know. I shamed you, and I have to do it again because you didn't learn anything.
Bakuya is pretty though, to be fair.
He is.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind always returning fan servicey
That freaks me
fancy.
out. I don't like those.
I don't mind them that much. At least not the first part.
Do you know what though? I found it's more attractive than Byakuya is the guy who pretends to be Byakuya.
He wasn't
What?
that bad.
The ultimate imposter.
Yeah. Like, I find his interpretation of Byakuya much more attractive than the actual Byakuya.
This is your leader speaking.
Because he's a lot nicer, isn't he? And a lot
He
more
is a
responsible.
lot nicer. Like, he's, it's like... The difference between them is the difference between an actual posh person and a posh person who understands the concept of noblesse oblige.
I'm still wondering if the characters in Danganronpa V3 might have parallels to the ones in 1 and 2, because every character in 2 was a counterpart to one of the ones in 1. Like, I know this, I worked it out with a spreadsheet, because that's who I am. This isn't surprising anyone. Sorry?
You saved that spreadsheet.
Yeah, it's around here somewhere.
Good, now you can use that spreadsheet for the V3.
Yeah. But, like, this is how I figured out that, in advance, that fake Byakuya wasn't actually Byakuya. Because I figured that out in the first chapter, before he started suggesting that. Because Byakuya already had a counterpart. His counterpart was Fuyuhiko.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're the heirs to powerful organizations.
Does that mean Kokichi is their analogue this time?
Maybe. I mean, Kokichi is head of a powerful organization, isn't he?
We'll get to that in a minute. You carry on with the original point.
Yeah, and also, like, Fuyuhiko's name is Frost of the... or Winter of the 9 Dragons, and Byakuya's was White Knight of the 10 Gods, so they had a name. Which is how I figured out pretty quickly that fake Byakuya is actually Mukuro's parallel, as people who are pretending to be other people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So... if
More
they have...
specifically, an imposter of somebody you know.
Yes. So, yeah, like, I'm not sure if the V3 characters match up to that pattern.
What's her face? Mitsurugi, the ultimate child caregiver.
Maki.
Maki, that's the one. I'm sorry, I still haven't learned everyone's. There's 16 of them.
Yeah.
And these are foreign names, which makes it even hard. Except Angie, I remember Angie.
See, this is
Not
why
a foreign name.
all of the main characters in Black Sky have alliterative names, because it makes it easier for people to remember.
Like, she reminds me of Pico.
Yeah.
But then again, so does, Karumi, the maid one? She reminds me of Pico too.
Yeah, I can't quite pin down similarities this time.
Okay, so the point I was making about Kokichi. Well, Kokichi makes an obvious parallel to Byakuya, and especially to Fuyuhiko, because of his position as the ultimate cult leader or whatever. My working theory at the moment is that these aren't their actual talents. Like, they're all ultimates, but they've been given the wrong ultimate skill.
Yeah. Sorry, Glow, you were saying something. My bad.
So yes, I've been doing some reading up on our favorite asshole, Steve or Nagito.
Oh yeah, Nagito.
And
yeah.
someone has pointed out that if you take his name, do a Voldemort on it, it says that he's Makoto from the first game.
That's a bit of a mind screw, since he's not.
Yeah,
Didn't I say that?
Yeah, you did.
I said that his name sounds a lot like Makoto's name.
Yeah.
His entire name is an anagram for it, but they've asked the writers, and the writer says, well, he is an evil counterpart to him. But
Yeah.
the whole name thing is a complete coincidence.
You know what it probably is. And you can see this with Kaede in V3 too, and actually with Kamaru in Danganronpa Another. Makoto, Nagito, Kamaru, and Kaede all have names relating to trees. Makoto's
Yeah,
name
that makes
is...
sense.
Yeah. So they share
Sorry,
common
you go
first. Which Sam was
Yeah.
saying. Yeah. Makoto's name is something about a weak sapling. Kamaru's name is something about a growing sapling. Nagito's is the tree that grows in the sun. And Kaede's is red-leafed maple tree. So they share a bunch of common
Plot twist,
characters.
she's Canadian.
Yes. Interestingly, Kaede's name is the only one where I can see off the top of my head that has a connection to other characters. It links directly back to Makoto's and Nagito and Kamaru's.
You're Olog. I am gonna steal you.
I have a theory about, not a theory, but like a little inkling about how Kokichi could be the ultimate robot and still be Kaito's brother. Because Kaito's ultimate talent has been switched with Miyu's ultimate talent. That would make him the ultimate inventor. And he could have invented the ultimate robot.
Ooh.
One thing I've just been wondering about is if the writers regret killing off most of the characters in one, and that's why they haven't been doing it that much in the other games.
No, I mean, we discussed this a few times. I don't think that's
I
what's
know.
going on.
I hope that, and this is going to sound so sick, but I actually hope they die this time.
I think they probably will, because the only reason they didn't die in Danganronpa 2 was because it was built around this end game where they have to choose between saving their friends while also releasing Junko and so on and so forth. So they stay alive to drive the knife in. But I don't think it was out of sentimentality or because they were bothered by fan reaction, because if they want to do more things with these characters, then they can just do prequels. These characters all had lives beforehand.
Yeah, they all went to school.
In fact, that's what they did do with the Danganronpa anime. It's a prequel to Danganronpa 2. Real tired with your shit, Antares. Okay, that's a nice touch. Well, you'll see it in a moment, if you're watching, which I presume you are.
I am right now.
Yeah.
Just try going north.
Yeah, previously he sent us, like, cryptic clues.
He's just getting tired of you failing.
Damn, this is bad.
I want to actually get a chance to fight Entrance before this stream is over. So far it's just arena battles, sending people greeting cards, and a tiny smidgen of plot. Also, goddammit, part of me wants to write My Hero Academia AU for the Black Sky crew. Maybe with the epic fail characters thrown in, because you get like a full class out of that.
Wouldn't that create a problem?
What problem would that be?
It's just that in Black Sky, Leonard is their teacher, but he's also the same age as Jason.
Yeah,
Who would be a
Jason
student.
and Wolfie would have to be aged down. Speaking of, the chapter I've written has
No, but
a
would you
scene
age
between...
Leonard down as well?
I could do that. Yeah. Speaking of the chapter I've been writing right now, the final chapter, does have a scene between Leonard and Wolfie. There's Wolfie's cameo in this novel. Presumably, if...
No.
Actually, no, I'll save that for later.
So, hypothetically, in this AU, would because Leonard wouldn't be getting fired or arrested, like, just start, like, draping himself over and going mine?
Probably, it is Co after all.
No.
What are you doing?
I'm playing Shadow of Mordor without any
Oh, okay.
sound. And
Okay,
I'm
I
fighting
understand what's going on now, so, like, it's fine,
Sorry.
carry on.
I do
Yeah,
like
I've just-
to watch... I do like to watch the stream, but nothing plot relevant is happening right now.
I'm doing both, Doug. I can do both.
No one can multitask! It is forbidden by Velvetor. It is one of her 13 precepts.
I do not
No,
follow,
it's fine.
follow
It's fine.
Velvetor's teachings. Oh no! Circle!
All we're doing right now is beating up goblins anyway, so it's not like there's even that much to watch.
I thought you were going to say all we're doing is beating up goblins. There's not even that much of a difference between what we're playing right now.
That's also true. We're just going to get Haseo to dominate some goblins. On the bright side, we've now revealed, like, 2 of the precepts of Velvetor, so stay tuned for more to be revealed. Always check that your comfy area has got any snakes in it. And never multitask. Because Velvetor can't multitask and it makes her feel bad.
I'm sure she can.
No, she's not a clever dog. She's very stupid.
She's really... She is incredibly thick.
That's so mean. I didn't say
But also oddly cunning. She ate my naked bar and I still haven't forgiven her for that.
Yeah, she did manage to take your naked bar out of its wrapper and then eat it.
I was so surprised.
It didn't occur to me that you wouldn't know not to put food anywhere a dog can reach.
Okay,
I mean, it
well,
seems
there's two
obvious
things.
now.
One, I've never had a dog.
Yeah.
2, it was in its wrapper. I foolishly believed she wouldn't know it was food.
Oh, Velvetor always knows when something is food.
I thought she wouldn't be able to get in it. Or wouldn't try and eat it because it's covered in plastic. Like I wouldn't leave like food on a plate out. Like that's obvious. But food in a packet I thought was safe. Also, it's a naked bar. It's made out of figs.
Velvetor does not care that she gains no nutritional value from it.
Well, wolfos do eat fruit, so
Her hunger is all-consuming, except for potatoes.
She doesn't like
But-
potatoes?
she likes to bring potatoes to people, doesn't she?
Yeah, she'll leave potatoes where you sleep. but she won't eat them herself.
That's cute.
I don't know what she thinks they're for.
Oh no, wait. Naked bars aren't made out of figs, they're made out of dates. My mistake. Either way, there's gonna be one regular dog.
You know, I slightly misheard that, and I thought it was made out of twigs. It's like, man.
Maybe it's made out of twiglets. That would be awful. I like twiglets, but that would be awful. Give us bakewell tart flavour and all.
Okay, tough guys, bring it on.
Perhaps as the stream goes on, we shall reveal more of the precepts of Velvetor.
You should really
then-
try to write out everyone down, you know.
All those who are watching will know how to achieve unlimited velvetiness. And if they learn the 13th precept, they can achieve limited velvetiness. Yes, I agree, car driver. Who needs to get their engine checked? Gonna die in a car explosion, dude. Gonna die in a car explosion. Especially if I have anything to do with it.
Oh my god, I'm on Twitter and Mark Steele and Victoria Corin are just like having a little chat.
What about?
He's like, I love the impossibility of only connect. Victoria Corin could say, to help Mark out, I've written the answers for him on his hand, and I'd still come last. And she replied, I can actually hear you laughing at the explanation of the Enid Blyton question. And he replied, the Oliver Twist one made me giggle. And the third name of the third queen's third child's third word they ever said, or whatever it was.
Hey, I told you, it was nothing.
You young pups are so much fun. You have no idea what it means to experience fear.
What do you mean?
I remember once when we had a sequence on Only Connect, which was like they didn't get it, and afterwards Victoria Cohen was like, and the sequence here was actually that these were the answers in order from the last question. Oh hey, we got a new set of knives.
I don't really watch TV anymore, but if I did, I really should watch more Only Connect. I should watch it on the iPlayer actually.
I do
watch
like
TV
Only
to
Connect.
see if there's any
Only
updates.
Connect's very good.
Got to fight at the arena to raise my rank.
There hasn't been any.
I was meant to be writing. Hang on.
So am I, but I've spent the last 2 hours doing fuck all! I haven't
Yeah,
even worked on my
same.
quilt.
Okay, let's do some writing quickly.
Ah!
Yes, I agree. What do you do?
I was trying to drop down from a ledge because I wanted to brutalize an orc via ledge kill, but I hit the area where Italian can reach him with circle. So I'm at the ledge, and Italian is just doing this reach forward animation constantly. It's like, no, I want you to drop down, Italian. Italian! Italian, please. Wait, where'd he go? Now he's disappeared on me. Good word, Italian, you idiot. Or he just moved. Why are there so many dead orcs here? I didn't kill them. Oh my god, Italian, you idiot.
Orc on orc violence is tragic.
It just stops. No, wait, that was the wrong. Am I looking for the right one now? Yes, I am. Doop-a-doop. Doop-a-doop.
You know, listening to Stephen Fry read A Study in Scarlet is definitely more entertaining than just reading it myself.
Reading what?
A Study in Scarlet.
Oh!
I don't think there's anything wrong with Conan Doyle's writing, it's just that maybe it's been so long since I actually read it myself. And something about Fry's delivery just really makes it clear that Sherlock Holmes is my asshole son. He's such a dick! I love him!
Why are you still on fire? I don't understand. Just stop that. Oh, hi. Ow! Okay. Oh my god. Ow. Oh my god. I don't like this. You know what? If this one guy was in my verse, I would dominate him. He is really weirdly good because I've beaten him down to green, but he's somehow managing to swing back really fast. It's like, how are you doing this? Wait. Ah! Stop it! Oh no! Oh, now you're in. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh shit. Fire. He does fire. Come here, come here, come here, come here.
Alright, let's go check our email. We apparently have a bunch of new ones. Oh, it's just Atali replying to our greeting cards. You're always acting like a real rough and tough character, but you're actually very polite and well-mannered, aren't you? Cutting Haseo to the quick, Atali. Okay, the second one comes off like she's just slightly weirded out by us sending her 2 greeting cards in rapid succession. We haven't got an affection increase from that either. Good to know. A lesson for this game as well as life.
I'd be really happy if somebody sent me 2 Death Grunt e-cards in a row.
Well, I know what you're getting for your birthday. Some Death Grunty e-cards. Whoa! Speaking of, record more White Day so I can do more title cards for it. I like doing title cards. I like
I
it.
do need to record more White Day. And that seems to be a good time. I think it's no, I tend to write in the evening.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to record any more Doki Doki Literature Club yet because I've just been so busy with Nano and Rescript, which is not anywhere near as much done as I wanted it to be by now, and my schedule is about to get much busier because soon I'm going to have to start recording lines for Fate Zero Abridged. Which also means I'm going to have to start writing episodes for Madoka Abridged. And I will be tapping both of you for your lines in the first episode very soon.
Okay.
Very soon.
The first
Oh, no.
episode makes it look like I have a reasonable number of roles instead of what I actually have, which is like a third of them. And I want more.
Yeah, you do have about a third of them actually. There's about 17 characters and you have 5 roles. Not getting more. Kiritsugu played by Reese. Ari played by Reese. Sailor played by Reese.
There's so many.
There's part of me that wonders if people will like watch it and then come to the misunderstanding that I'm the one who wrote it because I have so many goddamn roles in it.
I'm
But
sure.
this was obviously made by Reese. No, it wasn't.
Now is the time for the festivities
listen.
to begin. You call it a slow ranking Cubs? Hey, more like a sleepy lion when it's first killed. Let your beastly
Stop
instincts
it.
run wild. Fights dirty. Nice compliment.
Okay, where's
While they're awake, they think of
where's the
nothing
guy?
other
Where's the
than
guy? Sorry. Oh no.
This is their paradise. Just look at them, folks. Ready to rip the opponent in half. How will
This,
this fight
I
end?
think there's 5 captains chasing me. I'm just trying to kill one. Where is he? Oh,
And
there he is.
that relatable Shadow of War / Mordor feel.
Wait, I can grab. Stop that! Stuck
I might
almost
stream
instant.
Shadow of Mordor at one point and just be like, I'm just kind of Brimble. So extra.
But Celebrimbor was in Shadow of Mordor too.
Yeah, but he's not jumping around like a fucking idiot, is he?
No, he isn't. I at least don't remember him having had that immensely stupid jump. Stop chasing me!
I like how if you Hangeki someone from across the arena, Haseo just slides over them just like, hey, here to fuck up your day.
Oh. Don't care. Woo.
Also, I wonder if the announcer is ever going to have anything new to say about these opposing teams. Because it's always, whether they're asleep or awake, they think of nothing but slaughter. It's rude, frankly.
I swear this game becomes so much harder when you don't have sound on. Ugh.
I need to stop eating these bugles.
Please. Actually, the crunch isn't that loud, to be honest.
Nah, it's fine.
Although the
Because I haven't got
rustling
the
is getting there
microphone
right now.
quite as- That's because I'm wrapping the bag up so I can close it with my bulldog clip.
Ah, that explains it. You dare Hangeki me? I'm the only one allowed to Hangeki here.
What does Hangeki mean?
I don't know, but I'm the only one allowed to do it.
Okay.
It's not a precept of Velvetor that I'm the only one allowed to do it, but it should be.
Oh my god. I hate every single word in this game. My god! here, I need your life essence. Thank you. Need more fire. Go away, Karagor. Where's... I wonder if there's actually any kind of timer on this. Ow! Oh! Save me. Damn it!
Oh, hey, Dasko.
I've been a grand total of 187 words today. Oh god.
How many words are you up to in total?
16,853.
That's a good number.
It is a good number. Still, you should write more.
I'm trying.
Be nice, Doug. Ugh. Tower.
Truly, there is a reason I'm known as the Talkatime King. It's not just because when I eat things I make squeaking noises. Although that is part of it.
No, he really does. I lived with him for 2 years. It was adorable but aggravating.
This isn't actually true, I don't.
Why are you lying?
Yes! Yes, stop
I do not
trying
make
to
squeaking noises
unnegative.
as I eat.
This was adorable.
You're like, thank you! Like, when I gave you food, you'd be like, thank you! And then you'd be like...
I'll be back in a second.
Okay.
I have the tables of tables.
Hey, we're ranked 72, we're almost there. Ooh. We're halfway there. Ooh. Living on a prayer.
Let's walk the halfway there. Ah, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. Ah, living on a prayer. You know,
Okay,
Tactical Error, I really like that song.
I didn't see Dasko's encouraging remarks until just after I finished. Thank you. It is good that I can do it. Because we need to do this to advance in a lot. Another survivor that I seem to up our WP a lot.
is to begin. You calling us low-ranking cubs? Hey! More like a sleeping lion hungry for its first kill. Let your beastly instincts run wild. Fight's dirty. Nice compliment. While they're asleep, or while they're awake, they think of nothing other than the slaughter. This is their paradise. Just look at them, folks.
Wait, does that team have twins in it?
Opponent in half.
It looks like it, yeah. They probably just have very similar avatars.
Okay, but if Atoli looks like it has something to do with that woman that Haseo is hung up on, then this kind of undermines their logic of there being any relation between them.
Well, I mean, when Haseo encounters Atali, like, Sakaki was like, it's not uncommon for avatars to look alike, since this is an MMO, you lose her. I think that's what he said.
Yeah, but I feel like writing-wise, it doesn't make sense for there not to be some kind of connection between them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad that what Sakaki said is being backed up, but at the same time...
Back.
Alright. This should be the last arena battle we have to do before we can get on for plot. Think.
Plot!
Well, the last set of arena battles, rather.
Okay, what was I doing? I was trying to write something.
What are you writing, son?
I'm writing 2 stories. One of them is called Dreams or Not, which is the one who's in stasis but sometimes wakes up. And the other one doesn't really have a title besides Wrecking Cannon by Year 10.
Nicely, nicely.
I'm trying to figure out
Are
how to
they
describe
original
Jack's
or
accent.
fixed?
They're Elf Quest.
Yeah, I knew
okay.
they would be. You should like write more original stuff just so that I'm like, yeah, I can actually read this instead of no idea who these people are or what's going on.
You dare Rengeki me? I will kill you.
Why are you gonna do that
Come
anyway?
here so I can shame you.
Me? Write original stuff? I can't do that.
Yes, you can.
No. Well, the one called Endings. I start that at their home world, and yeah, and I do try to explain who everyone is. I don't know if I do a good job at it, but it's just. By Upquest fix, that's just what I feel confident in writing.
That's fair, that's fair. No, I actually really enjoyed playing this
He
game.
does really like this game. It's not like Kingdom Hearts, which the older I get, the more I realise exactly how amateurish those games are. You know, with their complete lack of NPCs.
Yeah, I do want to play more Shadow of War. I might do that on Sunday, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how writing's going, and whether I can like carve out 3 hours or so for beating up orcs and engaging in kinky sex games with them.
They are so kinky. I love them. They are all my kinky sons.
Hang on. Unemployed Baron? What?
What? What's going
Freeloader?
on? What's
Wait, are
going
you just
on?
fighting a bunch of neats?
Harvest Cleric?
That's a character class, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Kingdom Hearts has that acclaim. Not very good.
No. I
It's just that
wonder-
standards for games have gotten better since then, so there's just so much about the level design and the like. I could just talk about this for hours because it kind of really annoys me.
I wonder if Kingdom Hearts was so popular was because it came out when manga and anime was really popular and they just rode on the waves of it.
I mean, manga and anime is still really popular.
Yeah, but I know
but-
what you mean because like there was
Yeah.
a phase where it was just everywhere in
Yeah,
a way it
yeah.
isn't anymore.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No, I'd still say it's pretty much everywhere.
No,
Yeah,
no,
but
like it's not new anymore.
Oh, I see.
You love the level design for the Hercules worlds. What, you mean the Colosseum that you just constantly end up in, which isn't even a Colosseum? It's just that fucking... It's a sports stadium. That's literally what it is. I've seen the thing! Mostly during the 2004 Olympics. Yeah.
I didn't like the Hercules Colosseums. They were too small to fight Sephiroth in.
I hate the Colosseums because you spend so much fucking time in them.
Natalie, please heal me.
I'm dying.
Thank
Squirtle.
you. You're more reliable than Donald.
Who isn't?
He's gonna kill me. Natalie, heal me, 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 Natalie. You didn't heal me, now we've lost.
And here's a remix of Big Brother Leon.
Okay, well that brought us to rank 47. Natalie. I'd very much like to do some plot in this stream, but you're not making it easy for me, Natalie.
You know, I remember the Hull Bastion for one thing, and there was a boss fight, and I hated that boss fight. Can't remember if it was just because I kept dying to the bastard, or if there was something else. Yeah, no, I kept dying to him again and again and again and again and again and again and again. 4 hours later, and again. Don't know why. I might just have been bad at the game.
Oh, hey, Glenn.
And again!
Hey, Glenn.
No, it was that other silver-haired dude.
Oh, Riku.
Yes. Although I'm not sure, was he really Riku at that point?
I think he was possessed Riku.
Yeah, at level 70, yeah, sure. I played it for that long. No, I think. I have no idea what level I might have been. I want to say 25.
Wouldn't Bizarro Riku have, like, you know, a compelling personality?
Gosh. The knives are coming out now.
I mean, it would, but Bizarro Kingdom Hearts would actually be good.
In fairness, I do enjoy Kingdom Hearts.
Would Bizarro Kingdom Hearts have, like, Looney Tunes characters in it?
Oh, then it would be really good.
I wish I would love it if like Bugs Bunny showed up in Kingdom Hearts. It'd be fucking hilarious. I know it can't happen, and I know why it can't happen, but I'd love it so much.
Seriously, actually, yeah, I wasn't good at Kingdom Hearts. I don't remember actually enjoying anything of it.
Your
Like,
British raincoat, the Iron Man, the Iron Man,
Iron Man.
not that Iron Man.
Chang, Chang. Clang, clang, clang. Yeah, clang. Iron Man. Ah. I think you get a lot of keyblades that look funny or something like that, but it just doesn't speak to me. Just, oh wow, a keyblade that looks like this. Ha!
Oh my god, can you imagine, like, Bugs Bunny in, like, Organization 13 overcoat just being all like, you need to come and help us! We need your help to
That
save
would
our
work.
world! And so it's just like, what makes you think I'm gonna help you? And Bugs Bunny is just like, I hear you offer resistance to oversized rodents!
Wouldn't it be Daffy though? Who's more likely to be in that organization? Daffy or
No, it's just Bugs Bunny doing the same thing that he does.
Yeah, but that's what I thought of them.
Oh no, Daffy would definitely show up. I mean, obviously somewhere off having an argument with Donald the second they came into contact with each other. Before
I've
doing
played-
whatever the cartoon duck equivalent of getting drunk at a pub together is.
I've played one Final Fantasy game and I ended up attacking my companions for some reason.
One day I will stream, what's it called? 15. That it's way down on the list of things for me to stream.
No!
Right. Ahead of streaming Final Fantasy 15 on the list is this, obviously, in Shadow of War, Dragon's Dogma, Okami, the other games in this series, Dream Drop Distance, Valkyria Revolution, Blue Reflection. So once all those are done, provided that nothing else I want to stream beforehand turns up,
You know
I
what-
will
you know what,
stream
I
Final
still-
Fantasy 15.
I still can't believe
One day.
that you have actually made me addicted to watching, to participating in 4-hour-long streams, where it's just it's one city game, and it's all Kingdom Hearts. And it's just I some part of my mind miss that, and I'm so annoyed by it. How could you do this to me?
How could you get me addicted to hearts?
You evil person.
I'm addicted to rambling about Lankamarka whilst Doug's desperately trying to get me to change the subject.
I'm totally
Rambling
addicted
about
to
what?
bass. Totally addicted to bass. Don't be scared by the rocks that I've got. I'm just Jenny from the block. More on that story later. Okay, I want to do a little bit of leveling up in this dungeon, and then we'll go back and we'll finish off the arena, and we'll fight entrance, and we'll get some plot. If there's one problem this game has, it's that it spaces out the plot with busy work to this absurd degree. Stop padding your game.
Don't you mean it gates it? Behind busy work?
Not... yes, we'll say that. Some games, like, they gate plot elements behind busy work in a way that's actually quite fun. Like, Fable 2 does that. You have to have a certain amount of renown before you can do story quests. But the side quests are all unique and interesting, so, you know, it's fine. The side... I like these dungeons. I like their design. They're fun to do. There's not much variety.
Was laying around like this before.
Course unknown. Fuel insufficient. Function shut down. Emergency landing.
I played Kingdom Hearts 2, and the only thing I can really remember from it is being annoyed by the train, because I knew I wanted to get up on the roof of it, and it travels in real time, so it took an eternity for it to show up where I was standing, because I didn't want to chase it for some reason. It's just, I'll show up in 30 seconds or so. 2 minutes later. Where's the damn train?
I admit, I hated the first 2 hours of Kingdom Hearts 2 the first time I played it. And, you know, I think hating it is perfectly reasonable. Subsequent replays, of which I've done about 2, have ameliorated it somewhat. It bothers me less now.
So are these monsters called Carrie?
Yeah.
Better not take her to a prom.
Why do they look like really emaciated teddy bears?
Are you saying that things which look like emaciated teddy bears can't have names? That is racist against bears.
Teddy bears?
I
Teddy
just
bears, they
feel like
they
it's
look
a
like
weird
mushrooms.
name to give them.
They look like mushrooms.
The fact that they have like just a girl's name is really unsettling.
Carrie. Oh.
They're so creepy.
I think, like, I enjoy Kingdom Hearts. There is a reason I played 2 Kingdom Hearts games in a row for this stream, and it's only partly because Fate Extella can't be streamed. Speaking of, if you haven't seen Fate Extella, go watch Fate Extella. It's awful. You will want to die. After a certain point, we start voicing it, and it's less awful then.
I've been told I do stellar work.
Yeah, she does. The voice acting she makes for this game is like, the game does not
It's too
deserve
good. It does not deserve it.
What? Man, look at my
that's not
voice
just me.
acting.
Well, yes, of course.
Okay, the problem is
Okay.
that a lot of your voice acting is the John Google voice.
Yeah, I also do
so
Archimedes.
Yeah, your Archimedes is pretty good, but it's kind of
But-
and then when the main character's talking out loud.
It's still needs.
So you end up with these situations where I'm like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm just like actually attempting to act for this character who does not deserve somebody attempting to act for her. I'm just like, So Mark Altera, you're a great white star in the universe, and then suddenly it's I know.
But yes,
I
your voice acting is also good done.
I feel the same way.
Reese is
I
just
said-
so much more serious about it. It's just like,
Okay,
oh,
but
Jesus.
like I'm doing Archimedes seriously.
No,
Yes.
your Archimedes is great, and like I feel
Yeah.
like when we're actually like doing proper voice acting together, it's really good. It's just I can't. The John Noble voice.
Your noble voice.
so I'm like, Praetor, we must fight the evil that is Archimedes, and you're just like, I agree. Nodding my head. You're right.
It sounds like you're from two different series, and one is really deeply serious, and one other is satirical.
And then it's like when you're doing Archimedes, you're just like, I find this development disturbing. Well,
This
we'll
is
just have to try
troubling.
again.
Sorry, what
found
happened?
his behaviours. Sorry.
Chloe said something that I couldn't catch it.
This is troubling. and then you're just like doing the John Noble voice, and how dare you, Archimedes? Well, I'm afraid I don't see your point. I have a job to do, and I am here to do it.
This is troubling. I need to hear his voice more.
Who, Monokuma's or Archimedes'?
Monokuma.
Yeah.
I'm really beginning to like him for some reason.
He sounds like Salted, the singing songbook. I love it. How was my impression of your impression for Archimedes?
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Let's face it, my Archimedes voice is basically what I would sound like if I wasn't constantly pretending to be happy. So if that's something really dark, I am happy.
Yeah.
It's just I also don't emote, so I have to.
Yeah, he does kind of
Go
have
on.
to affect it. Yeah.
Okay, slightly worried. I'm not slightly worried anymore. I am slightly worried. Are you okay, Doug?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Good.
No,
It's just
I've
that-
known him for years. It can be quite difficult to tell what he's feeling. Like, when we
It's
actually
just that-
get together, it's kind of hard because I haven't seen him for a long time.
My
He
natural
told me
speaking voice is basically monotone, so I have to force myself to actually vary my tone and affect emotion, because otherwise it is
Yeah,
just. Otherwise, I do just sound evil.
He told me something a couple of days ago, and it was over Discord, and I was just sitting there. I can't be right, but it's Doug, so it could be right. I can't remember what it is, but it was so very weird.
Oh, is that him lying again? Because he does that sometimes.
He does that sometimes, but this time it wasn't, so it's just like, you're lying. Please tell me you're lying. Oh,
Like every single time I'm like, you're making that up, and he's like, no, it's true. Here, I have documented proof. I'm like, oh, and you make me want to go into that David Mitchell rant about the questions on QI.
wait, there's 6 episodes? Oh, God. Sorry. Oh boy. Oh, no.
6 episodes of what?
Steven Universe.
Really?
Oh.
They came out
Yeah.
unexpectedly.
Yes, today! Yeah. I'm not sure, but I did read some 3 days ago that a new bomb was dropping today. It's like 6 episodes! Wait, is that 6 episodes? Yes, it is. Kenton is just reading them, and according to him, 2 of the episodes have had sad endings. So I don't know if it's just a downer or if it's the kind of endings that people just lose their hair over.
Mm.
Ooh, I think we can equip Haseo's new daggers now. We can. They're better than his old ones. That should be plenty of Kims, right? We kicked a lot of Kims there. Chims, whatever.
Victory is ours. This is it. Here I come.
I don't think I'll find that bit where he's like, you raise your hand to hit us, and then you're like, no, I was going to stroke you.
But it's really not like that though. The only reason you fall for these absurd things I say is because you can't tell when it's absurd because I don't emote. Unless I absolutely have
Are you
to.
sure that's not also that I'm incredibly, incredibly gullible?
No, everyone falls for it.
One thing Danganronpa 2 got me thinking over is if all my characters, the high ones, the ancestors of all my other characters, are somehow the evil ones, and they somehow got taken along on the exodus from their planet, and everyone just forgot their villains, because I can't get any one of them to be even remotely a-okay with the world they crashed on. One of them, who's called Yan Yi, the only thing he likes is the plants or the fruits or that, and he's just, well, this one is okay, but everything else sucks. It should just be destroyed. And I'm so close to just saying yes, they are all evil, because I can't get them to just be, oh, there's beauty in this world, but no, everyone is just, this world sucks. If we ever get off it, we're tossing it into the sun.
Fuck this world, fuck its seas,
Yes.
fuck its civilizations, fuck its cities, trees are okay, fuck it.
The second you said civilizations, one of my characters is just laughing in the background, like, civilization.
Fuck its people, fuck its trees are alright, fuck its birds, fuck its animals.
I hate birds. The oldest of my characters, the only thing he likes is strawberries. He,
If fruit can stay, everything else has to go.
Wait a second,
Yeah.
it's these guys again. They're just fucking
What?
meters. Unemployed Baron and Freeloader and whoever the third one is.
You have found your nemesis. Nemesis? Nemesis?
Nemesis.
Nemesis, yes. So those are supposed to be real characters? Or other
Yeah,
player characters?
yeah, basically.
Free meal man?
Yeah, so they're Unemployed Baron, Free Mealman, and Freeloader.
So very... One of my characters, who's called Cyrilor, she's really badly damaged after they crash, and I mean mentally. She's not altogether there for the first 3 years, so they have her in stasis. And she spends the first 2 years, I think, just she's just a mess. She often just spaces out completely and just freezes up, and she's just a mess. And the section I'm writing now, and I can't decide if I'm going to keep it, is just her having found the people, one of the people who got him crashed on this world, and she's ruined their mind somehow. And she's so angry that when they figure out that their former co-travelers are living underneath them, under the ground, she's looking at the oldest one and just, I want them gone, and I know you can do it. And she gets him to start a earthquake and drives them away because she's just so mentally not there anymore. It's just so she's so angry. They're all villains.
Oh shit! I missed the start of this battle.
Ruby?
Yeah, these ones seem to be all named after gemstones. Where Ruby, Emerald.
Yay.
Yeah.
They don't seem that strong.
No, I think they have worse equipment than we do.
So, what are the rules like in this universe? If you die?
If you die, you just respawn.
Okay.
Because unless you're killed by Tri-Edge, then you end up in a coma.
I have to be sure here. They're stuck in this, right?
No.
No, okay.
What do you think we've been doing when we go out and check our email?
No, I mean, I think I'm getting confused with other MMOs where everybody is just stuck. That's why I'm asking. I wasn't sure anymore.
You got it confused with Sword Art Online, didn't you?
Yeah, that or Doug's other writing idea from.
Yeah, well, I haven't written anything on that.
No.
Perhaps I never will. We'll see.
I think the whole people in MMO, and I just instantly think they're stuck in there, right? Okay, fine.
Yeah, why else would they be playing an MMO?
Yeah.
Oh god, imagine if you were stuck in World of Warcraft.
You have to log off now. We're making an update. I can't. You have to log off now. Why? We're putting in the expansion, and you will get overwritten if you don't get out. We're stuck here. Do you not understand what you've done to us?
So I'm now just thinking about what it would be like to be stuck in World of Warcraft, and that would be a shit
Can they start charging rent?
Yeah, they would.
Hey guys, we've worked in some microtransactions. We're literally stuck in here. How are we meant to earn money? That's what friends and family are for. Here at Monoku Corp.
Oh my god, that'd be like your friends and family would basically be buying indulgences for you.
Oh god, yeah. Will you please stop hitting Haseo? Haven't you seen his? He's very fragile. Okay. Oh, we're ranked 16. That means we're in the top 16 players, which means we can fight entrants. And we can actually do the plot.
Sick, bruh.
Let's log out. And check out email, which will presumably be saying you can now take that in the tournament. Dear Heseo, thank you for your regular patronage of the world. You have proved eligible to compete in the Demon Palace Arena tournament. If you wish to participate, please register at the arena counter at Lumina Cloth. The winner of this tournament will be allowed a chance to challenge the current Emperor of the Demon Palace. Alright, let's go do this shit. It's taken us like 3 hours to get to the plot. Talk about padding.
Would you care so much if you weren't streaming?
Nope.
There's
Sure
no
not.
need to worry, Doug. We're just trying to write and enjoying you.
Complaining about the padding.
Yes.
Well, luckily we should be at plot now. I think we get to fight Reese's awful daughter.
Yes. I love my awful daughter. I ship her and Hasaya.
Ooh. Cutscene, I think she's about to turn up.
Into the tournament.
I don't know if this is
Pretty much.
Sakubo.
Saku today. He's a really big fan of Master N or whatever.
You're such an idiot.
Huh?
Yeah, you're an idiot. You don't even know that there are people suffering because of you.
Hey!
Why are you such an asshole, Saku?
Because of me? What does she mean?
Bo, just get your own account, please. Like, there's 2 people on one account, and one of them is an asshole, and the other one's okay.
What? Are you? Huh? What are you talking about, Reese?
The girl who just showed up.
Oh.
Okay. Syllabus wants to see us in Mac Anu Central District.
Pardon me.
Hey!
Oh, hey, Kuhn.
What's wrong? Don't tell me you're still bitter about what happened the other day.
Idiot. If you can't summon an avatar, then we don't need you to help us now.
No, I'm not. My bad then. So, how's the old hag doing? If you mean Pi, she's busy running around as usual. Hey. I'm not
Okay.
vehemently against the idea of you joining GU.
I was just looking through the list in my recommended under your stream. One of them is Bubsy in Claws Encounters of the Third Kind.
Oh, is that the completionist video?
Yes.
I'm gonna watch that later.
And
You an optimist.
I saw another video called Speaker's Corner, DSP Gaming, and KOCC. And then I just saw their name, and it's called Game Wardens. And I'm And I'm just...
They're not babies.
The mental
They'll be
picture I'm
fine.
getting is seriously YouTubers going around and just
No, I'm still concerned.
putting up traps
Swing
or
by and check on them.
for
Alrighty then.
people who are as shitty as
See you later,
DSP
Haseo.
and say, "No, you don't get to be here. No, go away."
Hey, I said wait.
Ooh, 7 skills we can't believe we had to unlock. Outside Xbox. That sounds good. Ooh, the one I want to see.
What's wrong, Gaspard?
What's going on?
Gaspard is crying into Coon's stomach.
What happened, Gaspard? They're scared. Buy anything.
That doesn't look right.
They're afraid they'll be.
He's giving him a blowjob.
Yeah.
No, Gaspard is pure. Do not project your perversions onto him, child.
That was a blowjob.
That's why I told you to give up on the shop.
Wonder if he's any good. Oh my god, that hair, I like it.
I don't.
Well,
Well, not his, the gray silver one? I don't know
since
his
we
name.
started participating in the
You mean the main character?
That's it.
No, the other one. The one he was giving the blowjob to.
Oh.
That's blue.
Blue. It is blue? Yeah, okay, yeah, it is.
Yeah, Coon. Coon, he has nice hair.
Cool. I like him.
I like him
I am
too.
going to... I'm going
Oh,
to...
it's my asshole daughter.
And now
The one in the
they
green?
even attack other players who do business with us.
Or...
No, they're talking about my asshole daughter.
Okay.
No wonder there's no one doing business here.
How is it? How is this not a non-PvP area?
You've been working so hard at the arena, and
we didn't want to worry you.
Syllabus, you've been there too.
Busy.
we asked them to stop so many times, again and again. But they just kept laughing and saying it's our own fault for helping Haseo.
Since Sakaki prevented them from going after me, they go after everyone around me instead.
It's awful. And now we just don't
My
know
asshole
what to
daughter.
do
She's such an
anymore.
asshole. I can't wait to introduce her to her brother, Sherlock Holmes.
Stop that! Why don't you just beat them up if they try to interfere?
She is my awful daughter. He is my asshole, sir.
So they keep coming back for more.
Well, that's true, but
You understand, right?
Because they're not very strong, Haseo.
yeah, I understand.
Syllabus should be. He's been leveling up with us.
Yeah, but he's been at the arena. I don't understand what he's talking about.
Are you serious? You're going to
You've been so busy at the arena. You've been there too.
Damn.
Come on, Syl.
So listen, Gaspard. Don't make such a sad face anymore, okay?
I'll go with you.
Haseo!
I'm going. I am the Guildmaster of Canard, after all.
Haseo, I don't know.
I won't be satisfied till Gabi gets a piece of my mind for not controlling his members.
Okay, so they have to be communicating actually by voice, because if they were typing, like, how would they know what Gaspard is crying unless it was like cry typing?
Yeah, I know.
Keep this in mind. The Guildmaster's words represents his members' words. The Guildmaster's actions represents his members' actions. A Guildmaster is more than just a title. It's the name for the one who takes responsibility for all his
I
members.
thought he was emoting, crying.
Let's go.
Like he's making crying motions.
We'll be heading to Delta
Oh,
City.
maybe. Yeah.
That's where Kestrel's guild headquarters are located.
An area word.
What?
When a guild gets as big as Kestrel, they are granted their own exclusive
Someone
area in the
who's
CC
into...
See. I'll be waiting for you at Makanu's Chaos Gate. When you're ready,
What? Mass Effect. Should really explain this to me. I wasn't telling my PlayStation to do anything. PlayStation 4. Doug, have you played any of the Mass Effect games besides Andromeda?
Yeah, I played all of them.
Okay, can you tell me who Conrad Werner is?
He's just some dude who's a fanboy of shepherds.
Oh, that. Oh, ow! Okay. It's just, I found a post, which is, I think it's like, it's called Inquisition's Billion Adventure, or whatever it's called, where they show your what choices you could have taken. And this one asks, did Shepard receive Conrad Werner's dissertation? I think that's the word. And it says here, Shepard discovered that there was more to Werner. Specifically, he had a brain. Seems harsh. Harsh.
Wow. Aren't they treated like kings?
It's not just for show. It's possible to use this area as a simple meeting place. But the Guildmaster can also place monsters within the area and use it as a training ground for members.
You know a lot.
Oh hey, it's your awful daughter.
Yay!
Look who's here. Now, what would someone who's already left Kestrel want with us?
What is up with the green guy?
I don't
Girl?
know.
He's green.
Oh no,
Guy.
is this a guy?
That
I
is
thought I saw a chest. Or, larger chest.
assistant guild
Yeah, but
master.
he's just bending over, so it's making his character model look a bit weird.
Yeah.
So you didn't know what.
Our differences of opinion and how we felt the guild should be
What?
managed.
Oh, Coon gets around a bit. That's what it's just saying. But we knew that
Yeah.
already.
We came here to demand the immediate cessation of all Canard bullying.
What? Kanar? But I don't know anything about them. Hey, you heard of them?
Nope, I sure haven't. Wait a sec. Wasn't the stupid little beast player we bullied the last time from that guild?
Oh, you mean that really stupid-looking one?
Why is
The
he
one
green?
that fell apart and cried after
Sometimes
the
people are green.
Yes, but I would like to know why.
He made
Sometimes.
his character look like that on purpose.
Calm down.
Oh.
Don't let
Also, with that hair, he kind of looks like a plant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Damn.
What? I'm just steadily falling more and more in love with the one with the yellow clothes.
Yeah, Coon.
Coon.
I like that lion picture on the back of that bit of stone.
Sure has been a while, Gabi.
Who's the clapping person?
It sure has.
The head of Kestrel, presumably.
What will we
Yeah.
have to talk about again?
Gabby?
I already explained it in the email I sent you.
It is my policy not to read emails that are more than 3 lines long.
He looks
Okay,
like
gotta
what
be man off
Ryder
my
from Fate Zero.
What?
Like, that's the character he would play.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
like
he
mine,
does.
the guy you were. Man, you've changed so little that it almost ticks
My
me
mane is the source of my power!
Well, you too.
Hey, beast guy. Do something about those damn PKers in your guild. They keep on stalking and bullying my guild members for no reason.
So, what are the odds of those two
You're their
banging?
guildmaster. Take some responsibility for their
100%.
Yeah, Coon and Gabi seem to be coming across as like ex-hate fucks.
What the?
Ooh.
And PKKers can do as they want to.
I say as I drink honey whiskey from a bottle.
I'm still getting Inquisition recommended blogs in my recommended section on Tumblr. And I just found the best one, and it's called Damn It Soulless.
Damn it, Solus. What have you done now?
I don't know. It's just being soulless. Oh, look, what a surprise. It's a Lavalan. Beam a Lavalan who's pale as the moon. God, I hate those. Ugh.
Haseo, you're participating in the next Demon Palace tournament, right?
Yeah.
What a coincidence. We're in that tournament ourselves. And our first round opponent's name is spelled H-A-S-E-O.
You joined that tournament after he did because you have a massive crush on him and you're just really bad at dealing with it.
You don't have to call out your awful daughter like that.
Alfie, she's just pigtail pulling. That's what this canard bullying is. She's pigtail pulling him.
Player killers, player killer killers, player killer killer killers. They're all the same. They're exactly the same as player killer 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 killers.
So you promise?
That's another remix we need. Player Killer Killers.
Promises are only promises when they're kept. You know what will happen if you lose, don't you?
Yes.
What was up with that expression?
If I win our match, then you'll never bother Kennard ever again?
Of course.
Bordeaux, your hair is clipping into your face.
I like you. How can I trust you? Where's the guarantee that you'll keep your promise?
That's not your
You
concern.
probably just start pestering one of your other friends.
Promises we make with Gabi are indeed absolute to us. If we break a promise with Gabi, there will no longer be a place for us in Kestrel. We're leaving. Negimaru, Grain, we've got no time left until the tournament.
Aftershocks of this whiskey.
Bordeaux!
Yes?
A cornered beast like you are now is a very beautiful thing.
Will somebody please slap blue-haired person? He's pretty.
That should take
Stop it.
care of
He's pretty. I want to slap him.
Yes.
Slap him hard.
I can't help it. He's just.
It's amazing to think that Bordeaux has a crush on Gabby because she clearly fancies Haseo.
He's gone.
I need to
When
figure
did
out.
Gabi guy. It felt like he already
I
knew
like Gabby. He's a
everything that
dick.
Yeah.
He might seem like a bit of a fool, but he knows all the vital points. He didn't become the head of the 5,000 strong Kestrel for nothing. It seems useless to negotiate any further. Let's go back to Kennard's at home.
Still have whiskey left. Time to down the rest of it. It's like honey stuff, so it's not that nice.
It's not really whiskey, it's honey liqueur.
Oh yeah, so it is.
Oh, here. Fuck's sake. Coon. Okay, that's how. Okay.
1 minute, he's for Kunst, and suddenly the Kunst is him.
Badoo, badoo.
Pop culture wasn't art, and art, pop culture, and him. He lives for the applause. Applause. Applause.
Please stop.
No,
Catch
it's
my
not.
album of incredibly spoken word songs coming soon,
Riots are going to
including
break
such
out.
classics as "We Are the Cheeky Girls," "We Are the Cheeky Girls," "We Are the Cheeky Girls."
No! Stop it. Have you stopped now? Riots are going to break out in England because he's done this.
Ba-da-di-di-din din 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 da din dan do. Ba-da-di-di-di-din din 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 dan din dan do.
Hold on, I
We
have
thought
to.
about moving on to a different MMO.
This seems to
I
be
need
the
to find
only
one of
MMO
my-
that exists in this universe.
Just play WoW! Terror! Whatever!
I don't want to
Have you
leave
never
as
asked her?
MMO because the only other one is that new one by Kayada Akihiko. And it looks shit.
It's a fucking SAO reference.
Yes.
I was about to ask.
Anymore. I don't like this feeling. It's gone. I don't know how to smile at anyone.
Guys, you do realise that MMOs are just like the real world, only with like consequence-free violence, right?
I hate it. The world just isn't fun anymore. It's not.
Huh?
I like we're getting this dramatic flashback, like this is a really serious moment which warrants it.
Totally forgot. I'm sorry. I went too far. Syllabus, take care of Gaspard. Yeah.
Hasayo is essentially going through a really, really condensed form of Bakugo's character arc.
I'm kind of depressed about it too. I'm sorry. Haseo.
I know how you feel, but it'd be better if you withdrew this time. I didn't tell you this, but...
What?
Well, we GU members are participating in this tournament as well, so...
I guess you guys are going to be targeting Endrance.
That's right. Not only is he an epitaph, he's also connected to Idol. So naturally, we're very interested in that. We've tried to contact him, but unfortunately, he has never responded to us once. He's alert, but we can't even keep him under surveillance. This time, we're going to have to take extreme measures.
Well, that must be pretty tough for you. But look, this has got nothing to do with me.
Wait a
And I like
minute.
whiskey.
But keep in mind,
That's like a
Stop
third of the
drinking
bottle.
alcohol on the streams, considering that you keep telling me not to.
level is still low. You still don't
I'm not going to start talking about Langemark though.
your current state.
Speaking of, once went on a school trip to Langemark.
Shucks. What is Langemark?
Gaspard, don't worry. I'll take care of it somehow. So just leave this one.
You will actually you were watching that stream that was a while ago. Langemark is a World War One memorial.
It's a German World War One graveyard.
I'm
I see.
kind of
It's
surprised.
small, it's surrounded by trees, it's dark, it's dim. There's a statue of 4 people, which, when the sun's behind it, looks terrifying. There's a pit with like 20,000 people in it.
Jesus Christ.
I think all of the graves have multiple dead in them, and one of them has like, at least one of them has somebody who's like a child soldier, like a 14-year-old boy in it. And instead of a nice big wall with all the names on it, it's just written on the inside of a fucking room. It's really depressing.
Quitting would solve things. Don't call this place just an online game. There are some things. in the
That's the
world
condensed
that
version of my ramble from Kingdom Hearts stream.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to know the price of war? Go to Langemarker. That's it. It's so fucking depressing.
Coon, I've decided that I'm not going to withdraw from the tournament.
Fine. Do what you want.
Don't worry. That's what I was planning to do.
Alright, let's log out and check this email. Oh yeah, Pi works for CC Core. Hey Coon, tell us about your boyfriend.
What does GU stand for?
A bunch of things. A running theme of this trilogy is that the GU stands for various different things.
Wow. Okay.
Like, we encountered that graphics designer earlier who was like, GU stands for Graphics Unbelievable. And we're probably going to encounter more people who are like, GU stands for this thing.
So, you want to get stronger, huh?
Yeah.
And now is the time to awaken the true power as an adept rogue.
You mean job extension?
You bet. With a job extension, you will be able to gain access to higher class jobs. All you need to do is complete a special quest.
I know that already.
Job extension just sounds like a fancy way of saying overtime.
Yeah.
Long time, huh? Please, you don't have to say it. I know all about it, kid. You don't have to tell me. I already know about 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of your old immature memories.
That's too damn many. How
Are
many
you
have
somebody
got?
we already know in a
I
shitty
don't
disguise?
have any old, immature memories.
Ooh, he might be. Maybe he's oven.
Don't be shy now.
You know,
Anyway,
you could do a post about the shittiest disguises worn by characters.
Special quest.
I could.
I mean, if it's a top 10, top 9 of them would be Team Rocket.
Would number 10 be Mickey in that fucking Organisation 13 coat? You're not fooling anyone,
Yes.
Mouse.
Yes. That could be a thing.
Okay. I think I'll leave things there for today. So, like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.